Podcast City.
Get on it.
Podcast City.
Yeah, what's going on, Podcast City? Let's get with it. We are live on the Fall River Beat. To the left of me is my brother from another mother. Many of you know him as the Facebook assassin. And believe me, he is that dude. My man, my brother from another mother, Keith Mello, rocking the Lenny Bruce, the great controversial comedian.
Lenny Bruce is not afraid.
And either are you, okay? My man, James, on the Wheels of Steel, doing his thing over there. We got my man Milton. We got Milton's guy over there. So we have a serious production outfit. We got off to a little shaky start, and you missed what I said. I am telling you right now, where is the camera? I'm looking at the camera right now. Get this microphone out of my face, okay? I am telling you this, okay? On my mother's soul, if it's possible, I will raise every dollar to rent the duck boats, okay? To rent the duck boats so we can have a ticker tape parade for the South Coast nurses, doctors, medical frontliners, and first responders. My hand to God on my mother's soul, myself and my friends in business from all over the country, I will raise the money for the duck boats. Find me, I'll help find the city. I'll go get the sponsors because I think it's that important. If you look at the numbers, okay, in Bristol County, doing one of the best jobs in the country of handling this, okay? They made the game-saving tackle. Not Teddy Bruschi, not Ty Law. They made a game-saving tackle. Their grit, their determination, which reflects the Fall River, New Bedford, Taunton area, okay? Their work ethic, they've done an amazing job, the nurses in Boston and all over the country. But I ain't worried about that. I'm worried about my backyard because that's where charity and good things should start.
Charity begins at home.
Absolutely, and we're gonna raise money. Can I do that possibly? I mean, somebody tell me I'm fucking crazy.
Well, we already know that, but we're looking $1,100 for a chartered duck boat.
What?
Up to 35 people, but you can also do an 80-minute tour, just like a regular. If you just want to go up there, Boston, it's 30.
I don't want to go to Boston. I want to bring the duck boats to the river. Yeah. Take the duck boats to Fall River, Jack. Even if we can't put them in the water, right? But we'll put them in downtown New Bedford, we'll put them in downtown Fall River, and we'll put them on the Taunton Green. Why not? I'll raise that money. Keith, you know I will. You don't think I can raise the money to get them down there?
Absolutely.
I do.
Absolutely.
Congressman McGovern owes me a favor, okay? We're close with Charlie Baker, and Pat Haddad is right there, okay? Big time power. She's going to be next Speaker of the House. We will get the duck boats. My man will get his total. We will find a way to get them down here.
And not just, those are all elected officials you mentioned. I mean, we can go into the business community.
Oh, yeah, but we want to talk about that, please. People, but here's the deal. We got to make it happen. We cannot take no for an answer. No, we want them. What are they going to cost? I mean, you want to bang us out for 50 times the value? Do whatever you got to do because we will not be stopped in this adventure. Okay? They have worked way, way, way too hard and too long under too much risk. Under too much risk. They have nurses 30 years old writing their wills, Keith.
Yeah, this is insane.
Sleeping on top of one another. When the call of duty came out, they responded like Muhammad Ali, like George Patton, like Colin Powell, like boom. What was that crazy ass general that they had in the Gulf War?
No, Stormin' Norman.
Stormin' Norman. There you go. Like, hold on.
I mean, Massachusetts leads the world time after time in medicine to begin with, but Bristol County did
I
not
said
take
that.
a back seat. But Bristol County did not take a back seat to the rest of the state. We were there, and we're going to come through this. There's no doubt. We're
absolutely.
coming out of it. Like all crises that affect everyone, Massachusetts is always the first one to come out of it.
Sure.
This is going to be no different.
1.9% of the people affected, okay, have died in Massachusetts. The worldwide average is like 5.8. You know, the country's average is like 2.9. So we are you know, 100% better rate than the country, and like 300% better rate than the rest of the world. That is very impressive. And Bristol County being the people who are most following the rules, and that's something to be proud of. Okay, forget Lizzie Borden. I'm so sick of fucking Lizzie Borden. I want to throw up when I see her. I want to throw up when I see her. You know what I mean? Jay-Z's career, you know. Tired of hearing about him too. I got the thing on Quibi, whatever, okay? This is the move. This is the move. Okay? The nurses in New Bedford, in Fall River, in Somerset and Swansea, the medical workers in the nursing homes in Somerset, Swansea, Dartmouth, and Westport, okay? The people out there dealing with that, they need a day.
Yes, they do. And, you know, this is one...
You know, and if we can do it, and I'm not that, well, athletes, everything, but if we can do it for the Patriots six times, we can do it for them once.
Yes.
We can do it for them once.
Yep.
I'm telling you right now. Do you think I can pull this off? Tell me I can. I promise I won't punch you that hard.
Okay. Knowing you, as long as I have, if you've set your mind to it, there's nothing's going to stop you anyway. So until you're not going to pull it off if you decide.
I've been talking this shit for like 3 days, you know, to myself and to people around me. And like, well, once you go to bus, I don't want to put myself out there like that. But finally, I got pissed off enough because somebody laughed at me. A good friend of mine laughed at me on Facebook, right? Okay, and I got him to donate $500 to the cause if it happens. Okay, laughed at me, says, "You're nuts. You can't pull it off." I flipped out.
And the one thing too, we got to remember with all of this, which we all know this COVID-19, COVID-19 hates people like me as much as it does people in red hats.
Sure,
and people across the globe. This is one thing that's hit everybody.
And on that, and to piggyback that, this parade is going to honor the frontline medical workers and the first responders from nursing home everywhere. Okay, we'll even throw the retail clerks in there. Okay, we'll do, you know, everybody who's on the front lines in this. Okay, but it's a good reason to bring everybody together.
Absolutely.
Because if you can't agree with the grit and the drive and the commitment and the heroic actions by going to work and working doubles every day in this crisis, if you can't agree about them getting a parade, and we do parade in duck boats in New England last time I checked, okay, around here in Massachusetts. If you can't agree on that, then screw. I mean, I don't want to hear you. I do not want to hear you if you can't agree with that. I don't care if you're Trump, Biden, Bernie, Bush, Clinton, Nixon, Eisenhower, Roosevelt, Washington, Jefferson, Madison, Jackson. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're red or blue. I don't care if you're a blood or a Crip. I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. I don't care if you're a flyover state or a coastal state. I don't care what you are. If you can't agree that the frontline medical people in this country stepped up, man, you're tripping.
This is the one thing in my lifetime where.
Can I get an amen over there, fellas? I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? 1.something% of the people affected in this die at Massachusetts Hospital. This is a pandemic, Jack. There's going to be, right now, worldwide, there are 1.44 million people worldwide affected. In New York City alone, there's 51,000 cases. We round up here because the numbers are going up.
Yes.
They're never going to go backwards. Cases, 6,268 of them have passed away. That is the epicenter.
And that's just New York.
Yeah, but they've had 3 days of progress. Did you see those nurses high-fiving outside the emergency room? Did you see that image today? I mean, it's the New York Times or the New York Post. They're high-fiving one another after work.
And the firefighters
Because they
and
did
the
it.
cops standing out before as they were going in,
Yeah.
giving a standing ovation. And I mean,
Absolutely.
I'd like to see
Absolutely.
that. I'd love to
Get
see that
your
here.
ass up. Let me tell you something. We salute, we have a history of saluting excellence in this country. Excellence needs to be put front and center, okay? Whether it is academics, whether it is theater, whether it is politics, whether it is sports, whether it is service, okay? Excellence out there. And they nailed it. This is Mary Lou Retton coming up on a 10 with a bad ankle.
like
This is Ted Williams in a home run in his last at bat. This is Michael Jordan making a big shot with the flu, okay, against the Utah Jazz to walk off a champion. Yeah. This is the type of level that they performed at. So look at the numbers. Look at the numbers. It is crazy. 356 people have died in Massachusetts. And if you threw that number out there 2 weeks ago, everybody in this state would take it to keep the death toll, at 356 right now.
I mean, this is a situation. You think back to 9/11, as those buildings are coming down, everybody's running one way, and you got a group of people
Going the other
going the other. Well, this is a case of the same thing
On point,
times
brother.
10 million.
Without question. A little closer to home, Fall River has 70 cases. We're looking to find the deaths in Bristol County, right? Do we have it?
That's the thing. I mean, I found it's 433 total in Mass,
Yeah.
and there were.
See, you got to stay on top of these numbers, right? I'm telling you, if you do these affected numbers and death toll numbers like 3-4 hours before the show, you're 100. You're down. It's crazy how they are evolving. What USA we have?
It's 835 confirmed cases just in Bristol County.
835 confirmed cases in Bristol County. The United States, we're looking at 425,000 affected, with 14,529 have died. So it's interesting. Never did you ever think, we never had to look at death totals really in our lifetime except for 9/11.
Exactly.
World War II, Vietnam, the death tolls coming in.
And
this is something that we haven't seen.
And 9/11 was the only, when Pearl Harbor were the only ones on U.S. soil, whereas this is something that's just hit everywhere. There's nowhere there's no safe ground in this.
But Bristol County, okay,
Coming out of it better than any.
almost. For the condensity of the population, for the they're doing a hell of a job. Speaking of jobs, 5 million people are expected to file for unemployment this week.
10 million last week.
Okay, 10 million. So we're looking at 15 million people have filed for unemployment. The bad news is people, I say it's taking 4 or 5 weeks to get a return phone call.
Sunday night on 60 Minutes, they did a thing just in New York, and I wish I had the thing in front of me, but it was something like they were getting like 1.5 million calls a day, and they were only equipped to handle 33,000 a day.
Sure, they were doing 60,000, but they were trained to do 30-some thousand. I saw that number. That's a great stat, Keith. See, absolutely. You brought your A game today, brother. I'm proud of you. That's why I gave it a call. Stock market is up, right? Stock market is up.
And that's a good thing, but the only problem with that is when the stock market starts tanking like it does, people start selling off. The more people start selling off, now you can buy stock that you know is going to survive the long-term game cheaper. And people take advantage of it, and I don't blame them for doing it.
Hey, Keith, let me tell you something. In life, you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
Exactly.
All right? And if you folded them, then shame on you. But everybody has a reason. Until I can look inside their mind, look inside their refrigerator, what they do with their money is right. But you're right. You perceive that there'll be bargains out there. But the good news is it's up 780 points, 3.5% share of the market, 780 points, and we finished over 23. So for consumer confidence, this is good. This is, I thought, the most powerful start of that I saw today, because it's not just the stock market, the Dow Jones, the S&P, the NASDAQ, they're all up, okay? We're at a high that we've been at in like since this thing started, okay?
At one point, it dropped.
Consumer confidence is key.
I mean, at one point, it dropped lower than what it was on the last day of Obama's presidency.
Yeah.
And that's when the bottom fell out. And that's good that it's making its way back.
Yeah. The bad thing is not being able to get the money. Now, this congressman, right? We're calling him. I'm calling him. What's his name?
Thomas Massie.
Thomas Massie. And he's the guy that John Kerry gave him a tweet or something, right?
He said that. He joked that he tested positive for being an asshole, and those were his exact words. And a little background on Thomas Massie.
I'm going to call first. Give me his number. Give me the number. Do we got it?
Yes, I do. His D.C. office.
Yeah.
202.
All right. 202. Yeah.
225.
225. Yeah.
3465.
3465. Busy. What? What's the number again? Give me that number again, quick.
202.
Yeah.
225.
225. Yeah.
3465.
3465.
Those phones could be ringing off the hook, and they ought to be.
I hope they're torturing the dude. When Democrats and Republicans can agree about what this guy's doing, okay, he's a real idiot.
I mean, even Donald Trump called for his resignation.
What do we got? Busy again? I can't hear it. All right, speak about it. Okay, all right. Hello. This is the guy.
Thomas Massie, serving Kentucky's 4th District. We are unable to take your call right now. If you leave your name, address, telephone number, and a brief message, we will return your call.
Congressman Massie, this is Mike Herron. We're doing a live podcast right now, and I'm from a place called Fall River, Massachusetts, where small business is the strongest fabric in our community, and they're not getting their money. And word is that you're the one holding up the stimulus checks because, and the reason I know it's true is because this is the only thing that Democrats and Republicans can agree with. And they both have said, the President Trump, the Democratic leadership, and the Republican leadership are in total agreement that this guy from Kentucky is holding up a nation's worth of relief stimulus. This congressman right here, okay? So give us a call, 1-508-840-5635, if you'd like to give us an answer and talk to and tell us about why you have decided to make these difficult times more difficult for the hardworking small business people out there. Thank you. We got his Kentucky number? Maybe we'll call him in Kentucky at the end of the show.
Yeah. And
is Congress in session right now? You know how he's threatening to delay it, right?
with a quorum call again for the second time.
Because if there's a unanimous vote, so that means unanimous Democrats, unanimous Republicans. Nobody's going to oppose.
So he says nay, and then they got to.
So he says nay. So then every
we got to waste time with 435 people.
Fly back. That's why they got pissed off the last time.
Yes.
Well, this is ass broken.
Exactly. And I mean, if you look into this guy's background, in addition, he's a climate change denier. He's a perennial loudmouth who leads the charge to repeal the Affordable Care Act, which is still here.
Yeah.
He supported Marina Butina. She was the Russian agent who infiltrated the NRA in trying to get sanctions removed from Russia. And he also was the only member, 435 members, He's the one to oppose the Hong Kong Human Rights and Democracy Act. I mean, the guy is he's just off the walls.
When is the last time? When is the last time Trump, the Republican leadership, and the Democratic leadership all agreed?
Never.
You got like a 5 million to 1. That's a 5 million to 1 a long shot. If every Democrat and every Republican except this congressman, right, can agree to let this thing fly, and he holds it up because of some technicality, okay, or some 57th page on Robert's Rules of Order, or whatever it may be, some constitutional technicality, shame on him. Shame on him. And, you know, how can this be tolerated? When you get the Republicans that want to be with their families, the Democrats, they got to fly to make simple votes because this guy, okay, has an ego this big, okay, but probably you know what about that big, okay, and like he's gonna make this about him.
And
when nurses are going to work for 16 hours sleeping on top of each other.
Without protective gear half the time.
You know, where people are working around the clock, small businessmen go to bed every night who work their ass off, and it might be a second, third generation of a small business. You know how hard it is to make that work and the commitment you have to put into it. You have to live it. And for them not to get released through no fault of their own. We're not talking about CEOs and private jets. We're not talking about trips to 5-star golf resorts. We're not talking about exotic islands in Greece and Turks and Caicos and wherever you might want to get your thing on. We're talking about small businessmen. You know, their idea of a weekend travel may be going to see one of their kids play Division III football in New Hampshire or Vermont or Ohio. You know, staying in a Sheraton, splurging. You know what I mean? Going there, you know, going to see some of the sites.
Yeah, people who are open, who
are this country,
who only take 6 holidays off a year.
Yeah, you know, it's small business and the people that work for them. How could you, in good conscience, Michael Jackson, for all his nonsense, he's an amazing songwriter. The Man in the Mirror. How can you possibly be happy with the man in that mirror? Do you know this guy's? Learn about this. What's his name again?
Thomas Massie.
Thomas Massie is a United States congressman from the great state of Kentucky. Call his office tomorrow.
You need the number again?
Yeah, we can maybe put the number on the line on the thing to call him. You can give it we'll post after the show.
Okay.
Okay. But they can look it up. It's easy. Okay. You looked it up in 2 minutes. Congressman Massie from Kentucky. This guy, okay, is an obstructionist. He is the reason the president, the banks, the Democrats, and the Republicans are saying is holding up this money. Because they're afraid we have a unanimous vote, aside from him. A unanimous vote where, you know, it's some type of thing that they can do without everybody being there to vote if it's unanimous. Okay? A unanimous vote. If this guy makes everybody come back, okay, they should strip him of his committee appointments.
And not just
move his office in the cellar near the broken heater. Okay.
And I mean, not just making these people come back too. This is also comes down. Hey, like most states.
But I'm pissed that the congressmen have to come baback. But I'm pissed, okay, that my friend Kevin DuPont is hemorrhaging money, okay, in a payment company, and he's a guy who's paid his bills all the time. He's good to his workers, you know, never missed anything. I'm mad that he, you know, hasn't got the money yet.
And
I'm mad that Brian Damaris, Desmond, who sits in that chair, who's not feeling well, okay? Okay? A good father, spends time with his kids, hasn't gotten an unemployment benefit because he's worked 29 years in a row. Hasn't taken one dime out of the system. That's who I'm worried about. I'm worried about Leo Souza, whose mother is in a nursing home, and he has to talk to her through a window that's 15 feet in the air.
And I can totally relate to
Hold
that.
on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Who just took out money to once again reinvest in the city, right in the heart of the city, right in downtown, right across the government center at 19 Prime Tapas. And who he had to beg Barnskill to put the money up for that business. That's who I'm worried about. I'm worried about Deanna DeCorpo, a single mom with 2 kids, who also is an owner of that business. They could have did that anywhere. People telling them, you're crazy. Fall River Downtown Restaurant, you're crazy. But Pete has a history. And they picked a good team. And they had the place rolling. Then all of a sudden, this stuff punching you in the mouth. How? They did nothing wrong. These are extraordinary circumstances. There's no $1 million, there's no big money vacations. There's no big cars. There's no big jewelry. There's none of that. Okay? They had it rock and rolling. But all of a sudden, bang, 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 bang. And then everything shut down. And the money goes from going like this to like this. And one guy, one congressman, what's his name again?
Thomas Massey.
Thomas Massey.
Of Kentucky.
Republican or Democrat?
A Republican.
He's a Republican.
Tea Party Republican.
Tom Massey, Tea Party Republican, okay, is the guy that's responsible for this.
And if all the strain that this has put on the American people and the small businessmen and the medical professionals, if that's not enough, how about the Congress think about the strain it's putting on their own personal health by having to jump back in a flight, come back to D.C. in a plane with mostly, like, say you're from a congressman from California.
And that's why the Republicans are more mad because it embarrasses them more than the Democrats are. Like, the Republicans are pissed. Pissed. It was good to see them agree about something. Hey, I guess an asshole's an asshole, any way you slice it. Bill Gates, smart man, said it's going to take the world 18 months to fully recover from this. He also said that we're going to return to semi-normalcy by mid-June. So it's going to get semi-normal in mid-June. But he then says, but large gatherings still will not happen when things return to semi-normal. So I don't know what semi-normal is, but that's what he said by mid-June. And his numbers are moving up. Like, the original 240,000 death tolls is not going to happen. A 6-month quarantine is not going to happen. So people are coming in with much more modified predictions. The president, the Democrats, and Bill Gates included.
And then again, he has the money to do it, but he also committed to invest $1 billion towards stopping the spread of COVID.
Good. Good. Thank you, Bill. You want to spend a couple of days in the White House? It's on us. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? I'll tip my cap to you. Absolutely. I think that's what every billionaire should do, right?
Absolutely.
And I'm not taking anything away. I mean, like I said, tip my cap to him. I don't know much about him, but I know he's a tremendous success. And again, American excellence. Let's put it out there. We need to see it.
And
you know, there are people that are scamming money from people right now using the coronavirus as their hook.
Unfortunately,
what is going on?
It doesn't surprise me.
You gotta be a real scumbag to use a coronavirus-based scam to put in your pocket. That is some greasy, absolutely some. That's
bottom
some
of the barrel.
That's
shit.
some gutter shit right there.
That's bottom of the barrel shit. That's not even human.
But they're doing it. It's everywhere. It's on Fox. It's on CNN. Beware of the corona scammers. They belong in the same category with the price gougers. Okay? Put them in here. Out them. Some poor bastard tonight tries to get some action on Bedford Street, right? And he's going to get locked up for soliciting a prostitute, right? And his picture's going to be on the front page of the paper, right? Well, let's make sure. Why don't we have the price gougers on the front page of the paper?
Yep.
Catch some store price gouging. Catch some stores charging $5 for a roll of toilet paper. Or check somebody who bought it all and is now selling it, profiting.
Or some.
Or do that. Or some Corona scammer.
Yeah, and that would be
like instead of
page
seeing
6
Forbes
this
Most
month.
Wanted, how about Forbes Most Wanted? How about Forbes Biggest Losers when times were tough? Who care nothing about anything but themselves and their greed. How about 10 pictures of them? Give me 10 fucking pictures of them. You know, yeah, cover that story. I don't want to hear about John Cruz and Jamie Stevens and Phil Thing getting caught, poor bastards out there. It's awful. But we're going to put them out there. Boom, public enemy number one. Here he is. Show them. Find the price gougers. Okay? Find the Corona scammers. Can you imagine? Hey, listen, man, maybe I should pray for the poor bastards. I don't know. But I got a lot of life experience. I've been around a lot of addicts through the foundation, through friends. I've seen the very few things, really, give me pause. But I'm reading this, I'm like, these guys are ruthless. They are ruthless.
But sadly, I mean,
Profiteering off American fear.
You had the same kind of scumbags who did this during 9/11.
Yeah, they do it every time.
Unfortunately, every time something like this happens,
yeah,
people
and that's another reason why that this one of the other smaller reasons why there was delay in getting the money, because they know come with this, 20% of the money, some of the percentage of the money is going to go to the scammers. They're going to get off first because they're professionals. But do you really want to be a professional taker of getting money from the government? Brian Damaris hasn't collected, okay? And he thinks somebody stole his Social Security number and filed a false claim under his name. That's what he's getting. Hasn't got a phone call returned yet. Hasn't collected in 27 years. Something crazy. 17 years at Papagino's, and I think 10 years at Verizon or something like that. Never collected. Okay? Trying to hold it together for his kids. He's got a refrigerator that breaks down, and he lost his groceries, so he asked if he could put them in our fridge. This guy ain't no bum. He's a stand-up dude.
From the kid from the neighborhood.
Of course,
kid.
yeah. 27 years. You would think, here. What's that congressman's name again?
Thomas Massey.
Here, Tommy Massey. Meet my friend Brian Damaris, okay? Who has busted his ass, hasn't taken a dime from a system he's been paying into for a long time, okay? He's got 2 kids. He's got them 3 times a week. He's got an apartment that he can't afford, okay? He's got a divorce that he couldn't afford, okay? He's got creditors and lawyers and courts breathing down this kid's neck. And he hasn't got paid yet. And you can't blame Nancy Pelosi for it, and you can't blame Mitch McConnell, and you can't blame Donald Trump. It's this guy. Trust my research. Call me and tell me I'm wrong. Please do. I hope I'm wrong. Remember Robert Reich? He was the economic advisor.
Secretary of Labor.
Secretary of Labor.
Ran for governor of Massachusetts.
Respected lawyer. I'm assuming respected economist. Respected national expert, world expert on the economy. Okay. Genius dude. He says banks haven't done their part. But that's not what I'm seeing. The banks have been okay. Lisa's been in contact with them multiple times. The kid Timothy Lynn from Bank 5 has been unbelievable. You know what I mean?
That's good.
Unbelievable.
I've had limited experience with it, just basically calling every every Tuesday or Wednesday to make sure my direct
Oh,
deposit
I'm
went
sure.
through, and that's
I'm
been-
sure you're calling for that. Believe me.
No, I check online, but I call the bank to confirm because I don't trust.
But this guy,
everything.
and I know this guy, and this guy is respected worldwide. You know, he's an economic genius. But he's saying that the banks haven't done their job fully yet. So, you know, we get the information, we put it out there. That's not my experience. My experience is the exact opposite. That they've done a great job of keeping you informed. They've been honest with you. Some of them said that they were weeks, so that this process was weeks away from getting the money. You know, the bank people that I've dealt with locally have been amazing.
And it's two different
My
things.
man Stu, my man Timmy Lynn, okay, the people at Bay Coast, my friend of mine Erica at Rockland Trust, they've been great. You know, so they've been honest and truthful, and that's all you want at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean-
well, that's all you should expect. Is the truth.
Yeah, and it's not the same thing, far from it. But like when we had all this, with all the hoarding going on in the supermarkets, I'm in the market. I live in Swansea.
How about common sense?
Yeah.
How about 5 carriages saying, "Hey, listen, do you need 73 rolls of toilet paper?"
Oh, that's just what I was getting. I asked.
Why don't you keep 10 and put 63 back, and let our 6 carriages take a combined 50? I mean, come on, man.
Because I asked the people at the market I go to, I'm like, and they all say, no, we haven't seen any of that happening. Nobody hoarding there. He says, but
The
thing
markets,
is,
time out. I was in Stop and Shop today, Keith. The markets have signs everywhere.
Oh,
Take
yeah.
1 or 2 things, that's it. It's all through the market.
but they were telling me, he goes, no, nobody, they haven't seen anybody doing it. The problem is, it's happening just about everywhere else, say 90% of the country where they're doing stuff like that, and they can't get the stuff.
No,
back
it's
there
happening.
quick
It's happening
enough.
here. It's happening here, without question. Stop and Shop there was nothing on this. There was no wipes. There was no toilet paper. It's crazy. It's crazy. And that stupid ass robot, like I almost walked into it again today. Unbelievable. You got a robot walking around, going around the store trying to talk to people, and we can't get toilet paper. I mean, we can't get hand wipes. We can't get puree, but we got a robot. Hey, robot, where the fuck is the hand sanitizer? Can you fucking help me with that, please? Where the fuck is the toilet paper? Yep. I don't understand. Maybe ask manager. Da. Come on. Fuck out of here. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I wonder if he's got a girlfriend. That computer.
Well, she's probably smarter than he is. I speak from experience with my.
Fall River, 70 cases. Massachusetts, 15,202. The United States, 425,000. Worldwide, 1.4 million affected. 87,000 dead. Does that sound right?
87,000 as of last check 2 hours ago.
87,000, right.
No, 87,000 worldwide, correct.
Dead,
Just
yeah.
under 15,000.
In the United States, yeah,
alone.
14,529 is the number I had. Okay, instead of talking about numbers, on Mayor Coogan's page today on Facebook, okay, he's talking about the surge. Have you read it? Call it up. The surge. What is the surge? It sounds like a Stephen King, like horror book. The surge. What exactly is the surge? Is the surge where the numbers will peak out statistically?
That's what it sounds like. Because what I've noticed with it, not just here but everywhere else, it's like, okay, if today you have 400 confirmed cases wherever, tomorrow there's 700.
He said, stay strong. One day closer to the surge. I want to know what the surge is.
Believe it. Actually, now that I'm
On
thinking
Facebook
about
right
it,
now, if you can help me with this, please do. Please do. What is it? What is Mayor Coogan talking about when he's talking about the surge? Is it the high point?
I believe April 8th, a few weeks ago, is when they all predicted would be the peak, and then from there we'll find out, is it going up or is it going down? Because I guess April 8th was so many based on, okay, these things after so many days they can get a better grasp on it.
I think we got a handle on it, man. And so I seen that picture in New York today, listening to Cuomo, listening to Trump. You know, I think I think the insiders know that we might have a little handle on this thing. Okay. So we want to know what the surge is. Global trade. Now, we have a client that essentially pays our bills here, Excel Recycling. Okay? They count on a global economy. A lot more businesses than you think. Global trade, because of the tariffs, the tariff war with China and the United States, and the coronavirus, down 32%. That is a huge number. You get $100. You get $100. I'm taking 32 off you. Now you got 6. Now you got 68. You know, in the scrap yards, the people who do business overseas, the exporters, the importers, the manufacturers, the textiles, all of it. You know, worldwide trade down 50%. And Bill Gates says he expects a full recovery worldwide no longer than 6 months, 16 months. So we'll see. The UK Prime Minister, okay, second day
of care.
Does he become, if he doesn't handle this, pull out of this, does he become the face
I think so.
of the coronavirus? You think so?
I think so.
Or is it going to be the American nurse, sweaty, stressed out, no makeup, eyes glazed? I mean, what is the image? What is
The
the
image should be the people on the front line who've battled this in sickness.
But this guy's a prime minister.
But
This guy, all those guys, people on the front line voted in a controversial election. This guy was the face of Brexit.
And Prince Charles tested positive for it
Really?
a while back. Yep, Prince Charles. Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, both he and his wife, they were the first ones.
Really?
And you had Rand Paul out of Kentucky. And that was probably the most wanton, reckless endangerment of anybody.
Yeah. No, I hear
Probably
you.
a bigger
That's some
asshole
great.
than Bob
That's some
Massey.
great info. But I don't think they're in the condition this guy's in.
Oh, no.
They're worried about him.
Oh, no. I mean, yeah.
Can you imagine? I mean, of the United Kingdom.
Last night, John Prine, songwriter in the Songwriters Hall of Fame, passed away from that after being hospitalized. He's from Kentucky, actually. But yeah, Boris Johnson will be the face of this if things go wrong.
Yeah. I don't know if he'll be the face that you're going to see on Time Magazine. I think Time Magazine Person of the Year is going to be the medical frontliners from the United States of America, from people who dealt with this.
If anything,
I think it might be the second image or third image. I don't know. But a prime minister dying from this, certainly, wow. If he can get that high, that's something. Stop and Shop, I'm talking about it wiped out. I mean, I don't get it. Other markets aren't. Other markets aren't that bad. I'm a sucker for Stop and Shop, It's raised on it. You know what I mean? With Almax then there. But I'm a sucker for it. Maybe I got to go to... Let's face it. Talk about global trade. Another hot topic. A Trump speech is too long.
Yes, and I've made it this far without getting political.
It didn't take you long for that.
No,
I made too long. How long was this speech? Because we've been showing them on our page. We had over 1,000 views.
I mean,
They
go close to 90 minutes and 2 hours, and they're just nothing but masturbation pep rallies. It's all they are.
Yeah.
Because this is an election year, and he can't be anywhere. So it's just him on the air picking fights.
You have some references you talked to me about when I was doing my notes. I told you that we'd get to them later. But one of them turned me around. Like Obama's, killing Obama's. Talk to me about some of the numbers you have there.
Like when Barack Obama announced that they had captured bin Laden, that speech was just over the YouTube clip, so not even so much the speech, just over 9 minutes.
Sure.
FDR's Pearl Harbor speech, day that'll live in infamy, little over 8 minutes. George Bush on the night of 9/11, less than 5 minutes. I mean, this guy goes on there every day for between an hour and a half and 2 hours. Just
People
to pick
are watching
fights.
it. People are watching it, Keith.
But he's the president of the United States, so you want something.
He's the president of the United States, fighting for his election life. And that's what he does best. Communicate. Control the message. Control the people. That's what he does.
But are we getting anything out of it other than him
Well,
picking
we
fights?
don't know. No, listen to me. It makes my skin crawl. But I'm gonna tell you something. The only person that's gonna beat Trump is gonna be Trump.
Exactly.
Okay.
He's not doing himself any favors now, but
The first time you heard that was from my mouth, right? Let Trump beat Trump. Yes or no? Can you give me that credit right now?
yes,
What?
you're one. Many people
No,
said it.
no,
You're
no,
one
no.
of them.
I said it. I haven't read it first. That's the only way it's going to happen. The only way it's going to happen. Maybe there's a second wave of this coronavirus. I
I
don't know.
shudder to even think about that, but
What?
and I shudder to think about a second wave of this because just looking at the first round of it is just
Sure. Are people going to vote to change presidents in the middle of this madness?
if they think, like I said, I'm one person, but if you're looking at this, I think he's executed himself with Neolithic incompetence on this. I mean, it's just 2 months. 2 months after China registered it as a pandemic, 5 weeks ago, he was still downplaying it. I mean, come on.
You're right. And it's easy to Monday morning quarterback. Okay? But this could be like the blizzard that we thought we were going to get 2.5 feet, and we got 6 inches. If the death toll stays under 100,000, if the death toll can't surpass with the yearly flu thing, Trump's going to come out of this looking good, Keith, whether you like to believe it or not. Whether what the facts are of the videos, he's going to come across looking good in this. Because at the end of the day, listen, the master of controlling expectations, high numbers they threw out. High numbers. But somehow, he's the guy that cuts the ribbon. He's the guy with the seal. Okay? Whether you like it or not, the number's going to come in lower. Our response is going to be evaluated relatively well. Is there a disparity? Did we get off to a slow start? Was information ignored? There's no doubt in my mind. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind. But and I know it and you know it, but the average American person, okay, is going to look at this and say that it wasn't as bad as they, at the worst of it, we're led to believe. I think.
The whole thing with that, there's no way of.
Yeah. And let's not get political. Let's not
exactly.
do
There's
this.
no way of making it. So it's like basically, you look at every tragedy that's hit us. Did we come together? Did whoever it was who was in charge bring us together as a?
No, he didn't, and that's a problem. But I'm talking about this coronavirus. This is going to be the overriding issue, I believe. This is the economy, okay? He had the winning economy in his back pocket. Now, of course, that's part of Barack Obama's economy. 2 years in transition, 2 to 3 years, okay? And if he keeps this death toll under 65,000, which is what died from the flu, he's going to walk from anything he did wrong during this. And he might get lucky with the totals. My opinion. I took a lot of heat for bringing up death totals and looking at it and pumping the brakes in hysteria a little bit. To the 9 million people worldwide, we lose to hunger. The amount of people we lose to guns or drugs, it's not going to get that high.
Oh, this a
per year.
But that's what it is. Pandemics, they happen once in every
Sure.
the numbers are always lower than that.
But none of these forced the shutdown of commerce.
Nope.
Okay, none of them have. Okay, and there are people suffering that are sick, but there are also people suffering. What's the worst thing in the world for you? Stress, right? Right. You can be, if you can be out of shape, this, that, and the other thing. If you lead a stress-free life, you're gonna live a long time. Most, the worst thing for you. How many of them small businesses are stressed out? I'm stressed out, bro.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
I'm working twice as hard to stay afloat.
I don't know.
Okay,
in 2 months, I'm still going. I don't know. I'm assuming I'm going to, but I don't know.
Yeah.
And then if that happens,
the money's gonna run out, so it's gonna be interesting. So the last thing of the day. Will I be on Horse Neck Beach by July 1st? Look out if I am. Run away from me. Run far away from me.
I say something like that.
Especially if you're in a bikini.
Something like that. Especially
if you're in a bikini, run far away from me. because I need some of that right now. I need me some Horse Neck Beach, some 4 or 5 foot waves, some body surfing, some good friends, some good music. That's what I need in the life. Doctor, give me the news. Give me Horse Neck. It's already good. It's good to go to Horse Neck Beach because my ass will be there. How about you? What do you want to do?
So many things. I mean, I was looking. I already have 2 concerts that I already bought tickets to. I'm just like, and I don't care about, but it's just like, because that's one of, every year. Me and a few people, we do that. I just want to the Narrows store. I mean, Blockapalooza. Go see a few shows down there. It's like sitting in the house. It's just I just want to get out of the house, go do something, run into people I don't.
We're supposed
know
to
and
start
say,
walking.
hey.
I've been walking. I don't know about you. But anyway, I am the Hurricane. We gave you the best that we had tonight. And trust and believe, okay? I am dead serious about the duck boats. You feel me? I am dead serious about the duck boats. Heron New Media and my network of friends, okay, we will rent the boats and do whatever we got to do to make that happen. Give me a place to make it happen, okay? Because I'll tell you what, they deserve it. Because they made the game-saving tackle. They hit the game-winning home run, and they scored the goal in overtime. To the American nurse, an American frontlander, and the ones closest to home, I tip my cap to you, and I say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Peace.
Podcast City.
Get on it.
Podcast City.
Get on it.